There are 5 elements of the WSH management systems. Firstly, the OSH policy. It provides leadership and visible commitment, improves safety and health performance, and it is essential to continual improvement of safety and health in the workplace. The second element is planning. This means planning for hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. We need to take into account other considerations such as the legal requirements, objectives, and occupational safety and health management programs. The third element is implementation and operation. Examples of the area covered are structure and responsibility, training, awareness and competence, as well as other areas shown here. The fourth element is checking and corrective action. This involves performance measurement and monitoring, accidents, incidents, non-conformances, and corrective and preventive action concerning possible incidents, records and records management, and audit of WSH practice and incident. The fifth and last element is management review. WSH management system is to be reviewed at regular intervals to ensure its suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness. The management review will include whether the WSH policy is still appropriate and to update objectives, risks level and adequacy of control measures if these are outdated. They will also evaluate performance and determine if changes to the WSH management systems are required. What's the main difference between the SS506 and OHSAS 18001? What do you think? Is there any difference? I'm not sure if you noticed. The continuous improvement process embedded in the management review in the Singapore standards compared with the OHSAS standards. Let's recap. Here is the overview of the 5 different elements of WSH management systems. Let's not forget the most important element in WSH, and that is continuous improvement. The CP79-1999 Code of Practice for Safety Management System for construction worksites represents a standard of good practice. It stipulates requirements for the 13 elements in the regulations and an additional element on occupational health, and is intended for those involved in construction activities. In addition, it is recommended to be used by the occupier of a worksite where the contract sum of the work to be carried out is less than $10 million and forms a basis for audit and review of the safety management system. Now that we understand that the WSH management system is a very important part in the workplace, especially at worksites, what are some good practices that we can follow? What do you think? Take a few moments and write down at least 2 codes of practice in the construction industry based on the above discussion. Let's go through them together again. There are a total of 14 codes of practice for the safety management system for construction worksites. Under CP79, there are 14 codes as mentioned earlier. Let me read them out for you. Safety policy, safe work practices, safety training, group meetings, incident investigation and analysis, in-house safety rules and regulations, safety promotion, system for the evaluation, selection, and control of contractors, safety inspections, maintenance regime, hazard identification and risk assessment, control of movement and use of hazardous chemicals, emergency preparedness, and health. Professionally, while all 14 codes are important, safety training and emergency preparedness is the most relatable. Having seen how compromises in safety can lead to death and serious injuries, we need to observe these codes of practice carefully. Take a few seconds to read them again. Can you pick 2 codes which most resonate with you?